This must be a pistachio. This must be pistachio. This is supposed to be a pistachio. Supposed to be pistachio. What am I saying? Are you able to understand what I said? This is supposed to be a pistachio. That's what I said. Does it happen that you get confused when other people are talking? Maybe they're talking too quickly or maybe too low and you just didn't understand. If you want to learn ways to ask someone to repeat themselves, then stay with me in this lesson. I'm your tutor for the day, Michelle. Come, join me. Let's start. So, the first thing that you should do when you're confused, when you didn't understand what somebody said, you should do is, you should say that you didn't understand. It's very important to clarify why you're asking them to repeat. So, how to say that you didn't understand? The best thing would be to start by saying, I'm sorry, sort of apologizing in the beginning. We'll apologize later also. We'll come to that later in the lesson. So, you could say, I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Second, sorry, I didn't catch that. Are you trying to catch a ball? No, you're trying to catch a word here. Yes, to catch a word. So what kind of word would that be? Maybe your teacher in the classroom said that please open the book on the page number 178. What? Which page number? Sorry, sir, I didn't catch that. Page number 178. Yes, that's how you can ask him to repeat if you didn't understand a particular word. Let's look at the next one. I didn't get it, which means same as I didn't understand. So here, get is used as a synonym for understanding. Let's look at the next one. Sorry, I couldn't hear that. When would you ask that? When somebody is speaking in a very low voice and you're not able to understand what they're saying. Maybe they're mumbling, maybe they're whispering, or maybe they're murmuring. In such a situation, you could say, I couldn't hear that. You can say more to express your confusion, but we are going to come to that in the later steps for expressing confusion. Let's look at the second step that you must follow when you're trying to express confusion. This is why you didn't understand something. So the reason could be English is not your first language. Yes, it could be true for many of you. So you could say, please excuse me, English is not my first language. Or you could say, I'm sorry, I'm not very good with English, so please bear with me. What do you mean by bear with me? It means to cooperate. So please cooperate with me. Cooperate. I suggest that if there is somebody who gets offended with your level of English, you should say that, but don't feel discouraged if somebody's offended with your level of English. You've worked hard to achieve where you are, so don't be discouraged. Now, something very important about this step. So let's say you're asking for directions, you're on your way to a particular place and you didn't understand what the person said when they were trying to direct you. Do you have the time to tell them why you didn't understand? No. So when you don't have the time to give a reason, don't give. Say it only when you have enough time to explain why you didn't understand the other person. Maybe in a job interview, could be. When you have enough time. With that, let's look at step 3, and that is to ask someone to repeat themselves. Isn't this the most important step? Yes. This is the way to clarify what the other person said. Let's look at the first one. Could you repeat that? So just now I gave you an example. When you're asking for directions, somebody says that, okay, you could say that, okay, what's the way to Clifton House? Could you please help me? If you ask that question and they reply, okay, so you take the first right and then a sharp turn towards Tonino's and there is your destination. That was so quick, you just didn't understand. So you could tell them, could you please repeat that? Or you could also say, could you speak more slowly, please? Any of these would do in that situation. If someone is speaking very fast and you want them to repeat, you could say, could you speak more slowly, please? Let's look at the next one. Could you say that again? This is also another way of asking someone to repeat themselves again. Again means to repeat. Would you mind repeating that? This is the third one that we have. Mind means, I hope you'll not be offended. I hope you'll not feel bad if I ask you to repeat what you just said. To feel bad, mind. Now let's look at the one here. Could you speak up, please? Remember, we did a phrase here called, sorry, I couldn't do that. You can follow this phrase with, could you speak up, please? This is used when you're not able to hear what the other person is saying. Not able to hear. So let's say you're on a phone call and somebody's telling you a particular address and they're telling you the address and they say that the address is Oakfield Bristol House. And you're like, which road? They say Oakfield Road. And you didn't hear the name of the road properly. You could ask them, could you speak up, please? Sorry, I couldn't hear that. And they would reply, OAKFIELD, which is the most possible response. Let's look at the next one. I still didn't get that. So if you still did not hear the name of the road and you want them to repeat themselves a second time, then you could tell them, I still didn't get that, when you want someone to repeat themselves the second time. To repeat the second time. The last phrase that we have here that you could ask someone, for asking someone to repeat is, come again. Does that mean to go back and come again? No, that's not what it means. It's like an informal slang word, and this also means asking someone to repeat. So once it happened that I was at the restaurant with my friend and she was sitting across me and I was talking to her and I was quite busy in the conversation. The waiter came and asked me, ma'am, would you like anything else? And I just couldn't hear. So what did I tell him? I told him, come again. That's informal and you could use it anywhere except in a formal situation or a professional situation. So you can use it for informal circumstance. Now let's look at step 4 for expressing confusion, and that is to apologize. Yes, we were apologizing here also because you couldn't understand. However, when you finally understood something and you want to say sorry about the confusion that you created, maybe unintentionally, you could say sorry for the confusion or sorry about the confusion. Sorry for the confusion. And then finally, if you understand, you must say, I see, which means same as I understand. They have the same meaning. And you could also say, thank you, I get it, or thank you, I got it. So if you understand, you say, I understand. And if you don't understand, you say, I don't understand. But if you understand and you say that you don't understand, then how will I understand that you understand? Oh my gosh, cut the crap. Just remember, next time you are confused and you want someone to repeat, use one of these phrases and you will know exactly what they want to tell you. I hope to see you again in more fun learning sessions. Till then, you take care and I'll miss you. Bye-bye.